So with this exercise, we're going to focus on working into a sit to stand pattern, but really working on something we call hip hinge. So our hips are actually right here, the hip line. The hips are out here, but the hip line we're working on is here. So if we're going to bend at the hips, we want to make sure that if we put our hands right here in front of our, what we call the panty line, if we collapse on our hands and pinch our hands, we're actually doing a hip hinge. Now to get you to do this pattern at home, and make sure you're doing it safely and appropriately, you want to find something that's pretty stable that you can back your heels against, and then make sure that your backs of your legs are against there. You want the fold or whatever piece of furniture you're using to come right around the back of the knees. If it's too high, it's going to impede your ability to sit down. You also want to make sure it's stable so it doesn't fall backwards when you lean against it. You're going to put the backs of the heels against the piece of furniture. You're going to put your calves against the back of it. And the whole time we do this exercise, we want to make sure that we don't let the back of the heel or the calf come away from the box. So in order for me to sit down here, I've really got to keep my backs of my calves against the box. I'm going to sit way back and then sit down. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that your face and your chest are pointed towards the floor the whole entire time. Now, to stand up, we're going to do the same thing. The chest and the face are pointed towards the floor the whole time. I'm keeping the backs of my calves and legs against the back of this box right here. Heels stay on the floor. I'm going to put most of my weight through my heels, and then I've really got to push through my heels to come up. Again, my face and my chest are facing the floor, and then I'm going to stand back up. So we're going to do the same exact thing. Again, making sure that we bend here at what we call the panty line. Sit back, down. Now to stand up, I'm just going to stay in the same position. My chest and my face are pointed towards the floor. Weight's going through the heels. I'm pushing down through the heels, and I'm going to stand up. The way not to do this exercise is to keep your head and your back upright, because if we do this, then you see the big arch in my back, and we want to avoid that pattern. We want to make sure as we come down, we even have a little abdominal brace. Tuck your rib cage in slightly, and then we can make sure we don't engage our back muscles or have any knee or back pain.